Look at that. So they're tarring a parking lot here. They just finished it. And I'm thinking this is actually the machine that drops the tar. Now, I don't know much about this, so I'm not going to pretend to like tell you everything and how everything operates on this. I'm just going to kind of walk around and show it to you. I love this. Absolutely no trailer parking. Well, that's not a trailer, so too bad, buddy. But here's the tar job they did. They did an awesome job on this because they got it perfectly graded so well that the tar actually goes up and meets like with the dock pieces really smoothly. Now we're at Hartwell Marina outside of Hartwell, Georgia, and just thought I'd show you the parking lot real quick. Like, got some liveaboards down here. They got big houseboats and stuff like that. Just beautiful. Look at the good job they did on this, and you can see the line right here going out, and then the next line right there. So you can see it's about as wide as this unit is. So I'm thinking this unit would lay the tar down. You can see both lines right here. It'd lay a strip, come back, lay another strip. But they did the same thing when it goes down. This is the Boathouse Grill. It's a really great place to eat. If you're ever around Hartwell, Georgia, this is the place to come. Great sunsets, great food, full bar, live music. It's really cool. But where it meets their walkway and stuff down there, it's just like a perfect smooth. They just did a perfect job on lining this up. So whoever did this, kudos, my good people, kudos. But look at this. So this is where the tar comes out. I do know that. So they must be able to shift this whole unit back and forth this way to be able to line it up. Otherwise you wouldn't have these nice clean piston tracks. And look at this little meter here. That must be for leveling it off, leveling left and right. Now, can you imagine how hard it is to keep this bad boy clean once the tar gets all over up inside there? Like, does it just harden like a rock, like normal tar, and then you gotta like heat it up with a torch to try to get it out of there? I mean, look at how much tar is in there. If any of you guys have ever done any of this tar work for freeways or private companies or something like that, let me know. Like, how do they make sure these stay clean and operable without getting all these pieces jammed up with tar like that? Now, there's two standing spots here, and I'm not sure if they have two guys operating at the same time, but they've got two different control units like right here. So this one here, obviously, these are like suicide things. You can spin them around, right? And then this guy here, which raises and lowers the outside edge. I'm assuming that's what that is. Like, if you spin that, maybe this piece here goes up and down this way, and you can tell where you're at by looking at that meter. And then this guy can do the same thing on this side. Spin it around in circles and raise it up a little bit, raise it down, lower it down a little bit. And then spin this guy. I'm not sure what that guy does right there. Tell the truth, maybe that's how far open the chute is as the tar comes into the chute area here. Or is this just a, you know what this must be now that I'm looking at it? This is almost like a blade of some sort to push the tar flat. So you've got this piece here on the outside edge. You've got a centerpiece right there for the inside edge, and then you got another piece out there for the other outside edge. The tar comes out of this. The tar somehow gets pushed into this unit, and then it corkscrews it out and drops it here. Must drop it in the middle, corkscrews some of it out on this side to fill in this zone. These babies, maybe this is what this one does, is lowers the whole unit to the ground. And then on this side, the same thing. You got a corkscrew right there that brings all the tar out to the outside edge and drops it in this zone. So you've got this zone covered, that zone covered, and then it lays down in the middle. Maybe it just drops straight out of the back chute in the middle. You can see that grate right there and right there are where it ends up going into that piece, but let's go ahead and take a look at this back bucket. It's a Wheeler P385B. So if you guys want to look that up, there's probably a video online that might show you how it operates. So maybe these two buckets go out. Sorry. Maybe this bucket here drops outwards. And this bucket here drops outwards. They fill it with tar, so it's a nice full area. And then these slowly come up as you're going and push the tar down onto this conveyor belt. This conveyor belt here takes the tar out and drops it out. So I'm not seeing, I guess maybe it just drops it into those two hoppers. You know what might happen? I'm going to guess a little here. I'm not sure. But maybe it does just come out left and right, and then this being on the ground will push it inwards and outwards at the same time. And I'm assuming the vehicle is moving that way. So as it's dropping the tar and they flatten it out with this, it has that metal piece inside there, this outside piece, it pushes it that way, this way, that way on both sides. So it pushes it into the middle, pushes it out, and lays it down. This is in front of it. So once you've smoothed it, there's nothing behind you, and it just ends up smooth. And I would love to see that at work. I've never really seen this at work. So if anybody knows, if anybody's done this and has any notes, please put it in the comments. I know a lot of people read those comments on some of my videos to see what people say about this. Please be nice about it. Some people put really mean comments, yelling at other people, and that's unnecessary. You know, I'll delete those comments. But so that is really cool, huh? Yeah, I gotta try to catch one of these in action sometime. Watch for a video on that. But I thought this was really cool. This must go along the seams when they're done. You know what I mean? Like once they're filling in the next section as they go, once they get so far along, this little guy comes up behind him and squishes the seams down together. But that little baby there, I've seen stuff like this before where they're vibrators and they're meant as mini compactors, but they don't have a seat to sit on. Some of them have a place to stand and ride, but most of them are done remote control. And they weigh a lot, and they just vibrate, and they pack down, like they're usually for ditches and stuff. So I'm wondering if not only is this just a little mini steamroller, I don't know if it's a steamroller, I don't know if it gets wet or if it just goes ahead and drives on the tar and squishes it down, and maybe there's some water inside to cool it down, but maybe not. Maybe it just does that. And then it's got scrapers on the front and back right here to clear off the little tar debris that ends up being on it. But I'm wondering if this might vibrate slightly too, because it would like compact it more, you know, not just the weight of the unit itself, but it might compact it a little bit too. So you can see it's got that the center pivot I'm standing at right now. That's how you steer it. You steer it and the front turns one way or the other way, and that's how it kind of snakes its way around corners like that. Go around the other side. This is a CC950 by Dynapack, guys. If you want to look that up, CC950. Call 1-800-910-RENT. Maybe they rented this unit. I was thinking whoever owned that Wheeler P385B over there. I was thinking that they probably own this, but maybe they'd just on certain jobs they need a seam compactor, and that's what this is for. Probably just a main seam compactor. Look at this. Think that's aftermarket? I think that came with it originally. So here's maybe that might control your speed, because I'm not seeing a throttle or a clutch or anything like that on that. So this is probably your speed control. It does have a little button under here I can see, and maybe a couple others. Nope, them are just plugs. So it's got a little button there. Got a little horn. Yeah. That might be your throttle right there. I'm not sure what this stuff does, but it does have a suicide wheel on it to make it easier to steer if you got one hand on your beer. Hey, it's private land, you're in a parking lot. No one can tell you can't have a beer while you're driving that bad boy. Liable. If you're working, you're liable. All right, guys, we're gonna leave that one right there. Look at these rakes too. I didn't notice this before, but these are a couple rakes. See the teeth on them? That's pretty cool for raking that tar around. That's a smoother right there. That's a smooth one. Scraper. There's a compactor. That's for tamping down different areas, and obviously some shovels for scooping and throwing. Tamping and scraping and raking. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Thanks so much for watching. If you dig our videos, please hit that like and subscribe. That really helps our channel grow. Check out another machine right there. I got a Kerber machine. If I remember it, I'll put it there. Otherwise, go to our channel and find that. Just type in cement and you'll find that one right there, the button on the right. So please hit that like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.